Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, family. Welcome to the Righteous Frequency podcast, where spirit meets sanctuary, and where we embrace unity consciousness and strive to revive ancient wisdom in today's world. Once again, as always, our mission is to provide individuals with the tools, the knowledge, and the guidance they need to unify their community of self and give agency to their higher consciousness. Um, and we're doing that through several means, through ancient healing sciences and technology. We believe that by integrating timeless teachings with modern insights, we create a harmonious and evolved community. So let's walk this path together.
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another enlightening episode of The Righteous Frequency. I am your wonderful host, Paco Soul Knowledge, joined by my wonderful wife and co-host, Righteous. So, yes, yes.
Yes, indeed. Um, we have a lot of great topics to explore. There was so much that happened this past week that it was kind of like analysis by paralysis or paralysis due to analysis. One of those. But it was because there was so much information, such a fast and huge amount of information coming from everywhere this week. And so we just picked a couple of topics that uh, ranked the highest out of everything that we were receiving. Um, and so we hope you enjoy it. We absolutely hope you enjoy
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely. And as we dive into today's subjects, we always want to remember the wise words of Rumi, and that is, the wound is the place where the light enters you. So this reminds us to, when we face our challenges, they often lead to profound growth. So yes, 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 yes. Mhm.
I love that. I love it. So before we begin today's episode, we want to take
Mhm.
a moment to um, honor those who came before us, who paved the way for what we're able to do today. Um, the ones whose prayers and sacrifices um, were they not for, was it not for that, we wouldn't be here speaking to
Absolutely.
you now.
And as we speak their names and we, bring their spirits into the space with love, reverence, and gratitude, we give honor to our ancestors, past, present, and future. Mhm.
Sweet, yes, yes. Past, present, and future. I want to start off by giving honor to Yvonne Killings, um, Grandma Gussie, Grandma Virgie, and Grandma Ernestine. Um, there's many others that I can name, but I'm going to start off with these at this
Yes,
time.
yes.
Um, and I just want them to know that it is their love that guides me and their strength that um, I take with me all throughout the day, every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to take a moment to give honor to um, my late sister Dee, rest in peace, Marcia, my magical godmother, Grandma Sabrina Ali, and also Granddad James Hicks. So you all walk with me as well in my mind, body, and spirit, and every breath that I take on this magical journey that we call life. So A
Ashe,
whole amen.
ashe. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We take them all. We take them all.
Absolutely. So, okay, so righteous. When you think about the word, for our first topic, let's first and foremost get that out the way. Um, moving into the aspect of
Okay.
parasites seen and unseen. So when we hear the word
Mm,
parasite, a lot of people often think of like tapeworms or bad bugs and things like that. But parasites, they don't just live in the gut or under the skin or anything like that. Like they show up in a lot of different variation of ways. And a lot of people,
mm-hmm,
when they think about parasites, they don't really think about the aspects of how they can show up spiritually. So when we talk about the overall subject of parasites, there's two kinds, and they can feed off us the same way.
mm-hmm,
What you think?
mm, mm. You know what?
Hmm.
That's real. Just like how it's two kinds, it's several types, but I think when you say two kinds, I'm thinking that you're meaning spiritual and physical. Is that what the spiritual parasites and the spirit and physical parasites? Is that
Yeah,
where we going?
that's exactly where we're
Um,
going.
because it's the physical parasites that steal our nutrients, and energetic parasites latch onto our
Hmm.
auric field, and they siphon light, peace, and even our
Hmm.
motivation. Hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. And half the time, we don't even realize we've been drained until it's a deep, um, a deep effect, or the effect is so powerful that there's a lot of damage that's been
Absolutely,
done.
exactly. And
Hmm.
man, when we think about like how that damage affects us, um, I kind of what comes to mind is like what makes it the energetic ones, like what makes those more impactful, more sinister. They can be subtle, super
Mm,
subtle, and sometimes
mm,
on another aspect, you can be dealing with people with heavy energies. Sometimes it can be ancestral,
mm,
like ancestral baggage. Sometimes it can be trauma
mm,
looping, which we speak about last week, and how we can heal from that trauma, right? But trauma looping on repeat,
mhm.
and all of it, when we think about the aspect of parasites, once again, unseen or seen, is feeding on something.
Mhm. You absolutely right, and that's why one of the things that we often say is
Yes,
awareness is key.
that is. That's your turn.
But
And
yeah, that's my thing. Awareness is key. Awareness is key. In this particular situation, though, awareness is protection.
hmm
Think about it. In the physical, in most countries, there's uh, deworming
yeah,
protocol, detoxing protocols. In most countries, they do
yeah,
this. They know to do this. Not so much
they
here.
don't promote it
Not
out
so
here.
much. Um,
Mm,
they don't promote it out here. It's not a big thing. Um, but in the spiritual, we rarely check on what's feeding on our energy. Like we rarely take the time out um, to see what's feeding on our energy, what's feeding on our time, our thoughts. And pretty much folks be spiritually bloated and don't even
repeat
know.
that one more time because you froze up.
Um,
You froze up.
okay. So spiritually, we rarely do spiritual self checks with regards
Hmm.
to our energy. We very rarely check on what might be feeding off of our energy or our time or our thoughts. And a lot of times, what happens is people are
Mm,
infected and are walking around spiritually bloated and they don't even
yeah,
know.
I can see that.
So,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
man, that the whole aspect of parasites can go into a lot of different aspects of everyday life. But you definitely said something powerful, like in terms of people being spiritually bloated and not even knowing it. Like I've seen people walking around and felt even, I guess, in some aspects, right? Um, walking around with spiritual attachments, um, and it'll be so old that the attachment has been on them that they think that it's a part of their personality. We often see this um,
Hmm.
in aspects of like ancestors or family members and things like that. But once they start the cleansing, the sage sound fasting, and all of those,
Hmm.
holistic habits, then those quote unquote parasitic habits they start disappearing.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
I've experienced that myself. And don't sleep on food either.
absolutely.
Um, yeah, some of the sugar and processed food
Hmm.
addictions people have, all of that comes from parasitic infections. Um, it's not even them, it's the physical parasites. When we go into physical parasites that control those cravings.
Peace,
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 Olete.
peace.
Hey,
Mhm.
peace. um, but yeah, it's those physical parasites. They have a whole personality. They have a whole, um, they're a whole technology that we don't even really give a whole lot of knowledge about. And I guess that is the trait of a really good enemy is that you don't, if you don't even know that the
Yeah.
enemy is there and that they're your enemy, how do you know, hey, perhaps I should put up these defenses or
Mhm.
maybe something's going on. So, yeah, parasites are really, really intelligent in that regard. Um, they have a whole personality, a whole driving behavior.
Mm. Yeah, I
Hmm.
can see that. I can see that. Um, you said something like in regards to those behaviors. It is kind of it's interesting how that works. To have that awareness for them, but I think that also goes into the mind state of putting you on notice and um, being aware of like how a physical detox can open the door to like clarity in a lot of aspects, mentally, spiritually, and physically. But since the body is a temple,
Hmm.
your vehicle, your body is a vehicle, a vessel. Once the vision clears and suddenly like the leeches and the
Hmm.
things that were once really influential in your energetic circle, they don't start to look so normal anymore, and you start to kind of have like a neo um, seeing the code in the matrix site where you can really start to see how people, places, and things like really appear. You know, once you get start that
Hmm.
cleansing process.
Hmm. You are absolutely right. And
Yeah.
even thoughts, right? Some thoughts ain't even ours. Some of the anxiety, shame,
Yeah.
even rage. I had a time in my life where I
Mm.
felt rage. And when I look at all of the things that was surrounding those moments, um, toxicity, alcohol, um, fast food or food that just didn't have a high nutrient value. All of those things, sugar, drinking coffee, trying to keep up with an unsustainable lifestyle. Um, Just all of these things, feeding, all of these things that we do in our day to day that feed um, parasitic entities, just creating those things, creating an environment for rage and anxiety. And those are parasitic downloads. And if you ever notice how being around certain environments of people, um, they can kind of make your energy just spiral out of nowhere.
Yeah, I can see that. That's really profound. Like,
Mm-hmm.
whew. All the time, right? It's more so of like of an energetic
Mm-hmm.
imprint, right? It's like you catch a virus, and that
Mm-hmm.
virus is really like your emotion, your reaction, your interaction with others, and how it can be like a maybe a tense environment, tense energy, a tense exchange. Um, even having like
Mm-hmm.
a fixed perspective, our ideologies, right? Just keeping us in that in that state, right? Um, but that's why,
Mm-hmm.
look, your term, right? I'm gonna call out your term, spiritual hygiene. That's really important. It's important.
Mm-hmm.
As important as brushing your teeth, washing up every day,
It is.
grounding, cleansing. Look, dude, and,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like this, right? Let me kind of go on a little sidebar. Um, like even today, right? One of the things that we did,
Mm-hmm.
we grounded. Um, well, yesterday and today,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yesterday, yeah,
That was yesterday.
today
Yeah. Oh,
too.
yeah, we did kind of ground
Yeah,
today too,
yesterday and
huh?
today. Those are really helpful aspects that will help you cleanse your spiritual energy, your mental energy, your physical energy,
Mm,
and also it's a form of spiritually and energetically, it's a form of cutting cords.
mm-hmm,
So um, it's not
mm,
extra, but it is definitely survival. You know? Yeah,
mm. Yeah, that takes us into something else. That's not only is that grounding, not only are those activities grounding, but they also help you to become more familiar with the voice of your
absolutely,
true self.
absolutely.
Um, and Olathe says you can definitely see the codes in different environments. You have different feelings. Oh, coffee, the worst. Yes, coffee is the worst. It is the worst. It is the worst ever. This is right on time, this discussion. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. We try to tap into the to cosmic frequency radio and see what's going on. We try to keep you
absolutely.
listen, see what's talking about.
Yes, and
Yeah.
also thank you to our viewers on
But
TikTok too.
yeah. And let's be honest,
Uh-oh, you froze up.
keep those. What happened?
I think you froze up
Uh
for
oh,
a
yep,
minute.
you freezing up a little bit.
Yeah, as a you.
Okay, you for we lost the connection. The connection dropped a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so like I was saying,
Hmm.
a lot of times we do invite those parasites in. We invite parasites in a lot of times.
Yeah.
Um, we keep those toxic jobs, those toxic relationships, even ideologies that keep us small. And sometimes the parasite it's not a being, it's a belief,
Yeah.
a limitation that we pass down as the truth.
Man,
Yeah.
that definitely. Man, this whole topic really has kind of hit like deeply. Limiting beliefs are like some of the oldest parasites, generational, systemic, and just like those weeds, right? You gotta
Mhm.
uproot them. You gotta uproot them,
You
and that's
do.
not always an easy or a gentle process when you dealing with the aspect of particularly generational and systemic parasites. Um,
Hmm.
and most certainly, we all know that parasites do not like to be removed or evicted, right?
Oh
So
no. Oh
freedom,
no.
that's always worth the fight, you know?
Yeah, and you are absolutely right. It takes a lot of courage.
Hmm.
It takes a lot of courage to do what needs to be done. Um, Dang, this is kind of powerful, like the whole subject matter. And that's why the work that we do is so important. Calling it
Mhm.
out, seen and unseen, because healing transcends yoga and crystals.
They
Sometimes
do.
it's warfare. Sometimes it's warfare. And sometimes that's, of course, spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
Um, but we come equipped with wisdom, rituals, and sacred rhythm. And Olathe says, I was at my grandma's house today. I was scanning the room and hiding. Oh, it's a belief. Facts. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
But before we go ahead and move on, I do want us to share a really brief video. Speaking of like of parasites, seen and unseen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for those who are watching, like, let us know what you think. Let me pull this up real quick. But yeah, this is definitely it's definitely something that hits. Like it's something to consider. Something to consider. So yeah, we're gonna share this quick video. Give us y'all thoughts before we go into the little sleeper hit.
Mm.
Made a song about it. You want to hear it? Here you go. Hold
Here
on.
we go.
Lower astral parasite is basically a being that exists in the lower astral plane that leech off of you distortive and discordant energy. I usually see them in kind of dark purples, dark reds, and black and brown cloudy energy. It can take many different forms, everything from like a classical inner demon to like an amoeba that's like a blob and like just slurping energy off of you. These beings really don't care about your feelings. They'll pretty much just do anything they can to try to get energy from you. They can affect your thoughts. They can whisper to your mind. One of the things that they will do is they will interject certain beliefs into your mind. And if you take hold of those beliefs, you believe them to be your own, it can create a sort of temporarily permanent connection between you and that astral parasite. If you have a negative self-belief that's harming you, it's like a wound, and you're constantly bleeding into the ethers from your own discord. What they try to do is to secure that food supply for themselves by anchoring a negative belief into your mind, body, or nervous system. When you do belief work, when you do nervous system work, when you begin to unravel the knots and the wounds within your neural patterns, then they no longer have something to stick onto and you can become free of their influence.
Let me stop that. We still getting everything together. But yeah, I think that's powerful.
That
Like,
was super powerful. I
yeah,
loved it. I
yeah,
loved
yeah.
it. That hit the nail on the head. And when he said, when you begin to unravel your thoughts,
Hmm.
like you gotta eat on that one for a minute. You gotta
Yeah.
and swish that one around for a bit. Un- Unraveling. When you unravel something, when you take a braid down, unravel the fabric of your thoughts, like things you've thought for so long and patterns that you've had and within your thinking. I mean, and that's where the parasitic influence has interwoven its power all through those thoughts. Um, Meditation and grounding helps us to really be able to hear and go through that process and really face and embrace what's there so we can
Absolutely.
begin that healing. And eject those parasites up out of there.
Yeah.
Alexa said that was powerful. Yes, when you process them thoughts, it gets interesting. You see things differently. Yep. You are
Absolutely.
absolutely right. Like when we start to
Absolutely.
really think like, why do I think like that? Like, oh, okay. Or when you catch something like, okay, I'm gonna give an example. Like, okay, Kevin, or let me see. Let me use somebody else. My next door neighbor, Cynthia. My next door neighbor, Cynthia, just got a brand new car. And I feel sad about her getting that brand new car. My sadness is starting to turn to anger. And that anger starts to, I don't know, it just gives me an uncomfortable feeling. So to go along with that feeling of discomfort that I start to feel in my chest, I see how Cynthia doesn't put her garbage can out where it should be. Every week, it's just her garbage is overflowing. It's horrifying. Also, when everyone else has cut their grass, Cynthia lets her grass and weeds grow longer than everyone else. She doesn't take care of her stuff.
Citation.
She deserves a citation because she just really doesn't take care of her area. Not only that, Cynthia regularly, her clothes are just, her sense of fashion is just horrible. When she comes outside, it's just something about her clothes just irritate me. Something about her, it's just irritating me. You know what? Cynthia doesn't deserve to get her mail. I'm going to block her mailbox because she is. I'm going to block her mailbox because she is just horrible. And I'm just so tired of all the little nuance. All these little things Cynthia does, she just, it's a little tinge of ratchetness. I just can't take it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It just gets on my nerves. But what did it start off with? It started off with me feeling some kind of way about her and her new car. Now, when I start to unravel those thoughts, I will find a pattern, something being weaved there of discontent, of pettiness, of jealousy, and just an obsessive, I don't want to say compulsive, but an obsessive looking at what Cynthia has and feeling like she doesn't deserve it.
And what motivated that?
What motivated that? What motivated that? My thoughts, my thinking negatively towards Cynthia, my neighbor. And this is how we can start to see, okay, a lot of what we think and a lot of what we feel, it stems from our own thoughts and not being able to take the time to see what we are doing. But and the role we play. I had to get that out. That was in there.
I see.
But yeah, so we're gonna take a little break in a moment. This week's track that's coming up is gonna be a vibration reset, something to cleanse the mind and recalibrate our fields. So breathe deep and let this one move through you. Let it help you release what don't belong.
Yes.
Tap
This
in.
one is for the light warriors in them trenches fighting the parasite seen and unseen.
Good job.
All right. This is our sleeper hit. Let us know what you all think when we in the comments.
Well, welcome back, family.
Yes, yes. Welcome
That
back.
track
Hopefully,
was a whole vibe.
yeah.
What better way to transition than with a little insight that sets the tone? We just played a clip that really hit the essence of what we're about to dive into, and that is how meditation supports energy work.
Yes, yes, indeed. So, um, oh, actually, we need to get into the next video. Let me pull that up real quick before
Oh,
we get into that. So let me pull this up real quick. Bear with me 1 minute, y'all. Hopefully y'all did like the track though. We are using a new system, so we still trying to work out some things here and there. So
kinks.
yeah. But we wanted to work on it before well after the retrograde, have show the new format. But yes, let me go ahead and pull this up here.
Emotion is a guide. The mind makes the plan. It's time to make a plan. If God is within you, why don't you talk to yourself? When you really start conversing with yourself, when you start talking to yourself about the problems you experience, you get the answers right back. You have to activate that God within yourself by speaking on the things that are going on within self. Because when you keep them all in, then you're confusing the voices. When you keep them in, you conflate all the voices as the same things. You have a higher self and a lower self operating in you at all times. But then you're in the middle. You're in the middle. This is the devil on one shoulder, the angel on the other, but you're in the middle. And if you don't express out loud to yourself what you're dealing with, then you're not going to know what side to take the advice from. And if we already feeding that lower self, that negative talk, that self-doubt, that self-deprecation, if we constantly are feeding that, then you'll succumb to it. But when you start speaking out loud, when you say it out loud, even if it's to yourself, you'll be able to separate the two voices right then and there. Because the positive voice, the encouraging voice, the affirming voice, it gets loud. And that's the voice you want to listen to. If God is within you, why aren't you talking to yourself? Now, this is another thing. We trust this society. We talk about propaganda, and we talk about the way the media uses propaganda, and they don't only use propaganda racially, they use it spiritually as well. They try to tell you that a crazy person talks to themselves. No, a crazy person keeps it in all day and allows it to spin them out of control, allows it to create assumptions, allows it to spin a web of narratives that aren't rooted in reality at all.
Yeah, that was powerful.
Powerful.
That
Yeah,
was
it
powerful.
was.
And he said it beautifully. Like you gotta work to meet your higher self, right? When we think about that gateway, right,
Mm-hmm.
to that so-called work, that work is energy. And it's when we think about like that whole aspect of like working with that energy, it's not about just quieting your thoughts, right? Because one of the things that help you get to that energy
Oh, you breaking up a little bit.
is yeah, I froze.
Mm.
Hold on. Did y'all hear? What was the last thing you heard?
You, s-
I was in a little flow state
you
too.
said, I could tell too. I could tell. You said one of the things, and then it said the something frequency.
So what I was saying that meditation is one of the
Mm-hmm.
best methods that help you tune into that frequency. Like it tunes
Mm.
your entire body, your body and your entire frequency, your energetic frequency, your spiritual frequency, your mental frequency. Like it
Mm-hmm.
helps you tune into that level of oneness, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And a lot of people think that meditation is only about stillness. But when you start working with your breath, things
mhm.
like your breath, your visualization, your inner focus, you're engaging with your energetic body and you're rewiring your system in real time.
Yeah, yeah. And I think what most people don't realize is like, what's that saying? energy goes where attention flows.
Mm-hmm.
So energy follows your intention, right? So when
Mm-hmm.
you get into that state of meditation, that is and you couple that with your intention, whether it's to clear yourself from something, it's mind, you're not just quote unquote
Mm-hmm.
chilling,
Mm-hmm.
just sitting with your eyes closed and just doing nothing. What you're doing is you are shifting, you're quieting the mind, you are attuning yourself, right? You are essentially
Mm-hmm.
sculpting like your inner mind, your inner environment, your inner landscape. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so let's talk about what that does for healing.
Hmm.
Energy work is about releasing stagnant or a blocked flow.
Yeah.
Um, Meditation makes you aware of what's blocked, or where that blockage lives in your body,
Yeah.
like tightness in the chest,
Mm,
knots in the stomach,
mm,
tension in the jaw, all signs of stuck energy. And remember, awareness is key.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think once you find it, when you able to locate it, like you said, when you feel that tightness in the chest, I know that is a clear sign of like energy being moved around, stagnant energy building up, knots in the stomach, all of
Mm-hmm.
those things, like you mentioned. Um, once you are able to like identify it and you acknowledge it, have that awareness of it, then that allows you to get into the space of is by doing what? Taking a deep breath,
Mm-hmm.
breathing, right? Sound, using sound as a tool. I don't got my our tuning for it, but you can use
Mm-hmm.
that singing bowl, even clapping your hands,
Mm-hmm.
because when you're clapping your hands, you're dispelling energy. You're dispelling and actually generating energy. But what you're from doing that, what you're doing is breaking up the stagnant energy,
Mm-hmm.
because what you're doing, what clapping, bringing two things together to bring in that friction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Visualization, that is another tool that can help you, being able to shift your frame of thinking from one space to another.
Mm-hmm.
Then once you're able to get into the aspect of doing that, that essentially makes you your own energetic mechanic. So when you get into the practice of doing like meditation more frequently, it
Mm-hmm.
sharpens sensitivity. It provides you with a ops like an insane amount of clarity, right? It feels really good. It's refreshing, and like that overall aspect of energy work, it becomes a lot more precise.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's really like training for inner awareness. It's like training for um, just overall sharpening your awareness. You
Yeah,
start to sense when your energy dips.
yeah,
You start to sense things that's going on in the inside of you. You become more sensitive to sensation altogether.
yeah,
Um, you can sense when something's off. Instead of ignoring it, you have to get into a practice of addressing it, and you become truly sovereign when it comes to your own healing.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Which is
And shout
important.
out to how one feels. Gratitude and peace and blessings
Peace,
to
how
you,
one
brother.
feels.
Peace, peace. You absolutely right, and it ain't easy.
Hmm.
It ain't
It's
easy.
not.
I ain't,
It's
I ain't
not.
even gonna lie. It is a challenge in some degrees, but um, like you said, like that's how you gain your own sovereignty, and that is how we can stop outsourcing the energy leaks, right?
Hmm.
Um, and going back to our previous, right, when it comes to like astral
Parasite.
parasites, right, or
Hmm.
parasitic, seen and unseen, like you
Hmm.
stop that leakage, that hemorrhaging, and meditation is a good way to not only build your quote unquote astral body, but your mental fortitude. It teaches you how to sit with yourself. how to attune to your own frequency, how to um, engage with external tools, like for instance, like Reiki,
Mhm.
using herbs. So it helps you not be dependent. It helps you to kind of create a space of collaboration, partnership with tools that are aligning you to your most highest and best self.
Mhm. It's also protective.
Yeah,
A lot of folks jump into energy work without grounding. Meditation keeps you rooted. It builds on your auric integrity.
yeah,
So when you're working with higher realms, you're not flying around unanchored. And
yeah,
also, a lot of higher realms will be more willing to um, work with you and take you seriously when you are anchored, when you are able to anchor yourself.
yes, yes, indeed. That's real talk and major.
Hmm.
Because like when you think about, I can't remember what episode we was talking about it, but it's just like spirit communication, right? If
Mm,
you are not quote unquote, if your spiritual hygiene isn't up to par, then those spirits won't even think about trying to communicate back to you. It's just be like you talk to a brick wall. You
mm-hmm,
know what I'm saying? Because you can't talk about elevation, spirit communication, and things of that nature without
mm-hmm,
having structure. Look, Saturn,
mm.
Saturn, right?
Saturn
Saturn.
is our friend.
um, energy work without discipline and structure, it can definitely be destabilizing, and it can
Hmm.
put you in a state of chaos. So
Hmm.
um, meditation, sitting with your thoughts, having that structured frame of mind, it helps you build a container so that you can expand and you don't experience those energy leaks or like have a moment where you get into that chaotic collapse, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's a word. Um,
that, that is chaotic collapse.
yeah. And the more you meditate, the more you can discern what's yours.
Yeah.
Like the guy was talking about a moment ago, those thoughts, like the
Yeah.
higher self and the lower self. The
Yeah.
more you meditate, the more it becomes clear what voice is coming from where, and
Hmm.
your ability to discern and ask those pertinent questions um, become a lot easier. Um, and you're no longer absorbing energy unconsciously.
Yeah.
You could walk into a space and stay centered in your own vibration. Like, you ever been into a place where, the energy was just so crazy because there was so many, it's just the energy was crazy. And
Yeah.
it was crazy people to the left of you, crazies to the right of you.
Oh,
A couple of sane people in the front and the back, but you surrounded by crazies, and it's like the energy is so insane that you either leave and are extremely tired, or you leave and you're extremely frustrated.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, meditation helps you to ground and really get back into your body. How One Feels says, bingo. I've been able to put together a daily spiritual routine thanks to the meditations and chants that you all share and teach.
Oh,
I love
wow.
the teaching of the Sri Yantra. Thanks a million. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Gratitude.
you.
Yeah.
Gratitude. Gratitude.
I
Gratitude.
will say that us
Happy to be of
sharing the
service.
meditations and chants have been helpful for us as well.
Mhm.
Those are some of our favorites too. We just getting started. We just getting started.
It's only the
Um,
beginning.
it is. It doesn't. We're not just putting it out to. We putting it out to not just help others, but to help ourselves because like we're learning. So this is not like something that we're not going about like we have like a full road paved out. It's something that we're learning together. It teaches
Mhm.
us as well. So we are
Yes,
just
indeed.
sharing what we are learning along the path, and I'm thankful and grateful that that is something that you appreciate because we appreciate you for taking the time out to look at it, and we put a lot of love and a lot of energy and care into
We
a lot of
do.
meditations and chants.
We do. We put a
Yeah.
lot of love, a lot of
Yeah.
love. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes,
But yeah,
indeed.
going back to what you were saying, that right there, like that state of mastery and being centered in your own vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation is a really, really good practice, and energy work is the application. You know,
Mm-hmm.
to getting into that space. One feeds the other. They go hand in hand, right, together, and they help you to bring yourself into alignment with your higher self, and that's important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Olathe says those meditations are truly grounding.
Thank you, thank you.
Gratitude, gratitude,
Yeah,
gratitude,
yeah,
gratitude. Thank you, thank you. It's a lot of love there. It's a lot
yeah,
of love there.
it is.
Um, so yeah, that was a powerful build, y'all. Meditation and energy work go hand in hand. And that's just the surface.
Yeah,
Um, that's just the surface. So right now, we're going to take a little teeny tiny short break. And when we come back, we got something special to share with you, of course. Yay.
yes, yes, yes. Y'all already know what that is. Stay tuned. We're about to shine some light on the cosmos, a powerful upcoming event. So you definitely don't want to, you know, you want to have that on your radar.
Yes, indeed.
So we're
Get you
gonna
straight
take a
for the
quick.
week.
Yes, yes. We're gonna take another quick break. We try not to have it like too long this week. So um, we're gonna go into our last commercial, and we're gonna come back with the weekly horoscopes. So here we go.
For a limited time only, you can take advantage of our special offer on our detailed astrological reports. They make a great gift, so don't miss out on this opportunity to connect with your cosmic divinity. For a limited time only, you can take advantage of our special offer on our detailed astrological reports. They make a great gift, so don't miss out on this opportunity to connect with your cosmic divinity. At Sacred Ashram Ministries, we offer profound insights through our astrological report readings.
Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Well, family, it's finally that time. It's the class that a lot of people have been waiting for, the Dragon Magic 103 class. We did Dragon Magic 102 back in 2020, and now in 2025, we're doing the Dragon Magic 103 class, the long-awaited class. It's going to be on April 27th of 2025 at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Tickets will be $100. The website you can go to get your tickets, family, will be at www.newlifetools.org, newlifetools.org. Come to the event. If you've been looking to take your dragon magic, your dragon altar, and your dragon information to the next level, this is the class you want to be in, family. Peace and blessings.
For a limited time only, you can take advantage of our special offer on our detailed astrological reports. They make a great gift, so don't miss out on this opportunity to connect with your cosmic divinity. For a limited time only, you can take advantage of our special offer on our detailed astrological reports. They make a great gift, so don't miss out on this opportunity to connect with your cosmic divinity. At Sacred Ashram Ministries, we offer profound insights through our astrological report readings.
Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Well, family, it's finally that time. It's the class that a lot of people have been waiting for, the Dragon Magic 103 class. We did Dragon Magic 102 back in 2020, and now in 2025, we're doing the Dragon Magic 103 class, the long-awaited class. It's going to be on April 27th of 2025 at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Tickets will be $100. The website you can go to get your tickets, family, will be at www.newlifetools.org, newlifetools.org. Come to the event. If you've been looking to take your dragon magic, your dragon altar, and your dragon information to the next level, this is the class you want to be in, family. Peace and blessings.
Sacred Ashram Ministries, we believe in the power of prayer and the guidance of divine forces. Whether you seek peace, healing, or clarity, our prayer request page is here for you. Simply share your prayer intentions and let us unite in spiritual harmony to manifest your desires. Discover the angels watching over you with our new Guardian Angel Numerology Calculator. Enter your name and date of birth and unveil the celestial beings offering their powerful protection and guidance in your life. Visit sacredashramministries.org today. Illuminate your path with prayer and the divine wisdom of your guardian angels.
Food, energy, and decisions. Imagine knowing the best times for important events, career changes, relationship developments, or self-care. Our auspicious dates feature equips you with powerful timing. Plus, with challenge navigation tips, transform obstacles into stepping stones for growth. Want real-time updates? The bonus calendar file seamlessly integrates into your device, keeping you aligned throughout your daily routines. For just $20.20 as a one-time purchase, or the affordable subscription for a low cost of $14.44 monthly, ensure you stay in sync with the cosmos with new reports every 30 days. Embrace clarity and purpose in your life. Ready to illuminate the temple within? Purchase your report today and harness the power of the stars.
All right.
And we're back.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Oh
indeed.
man, I don't know what's been going on in the shadow. It's like, hey, you ain't forget about me, right? But yeah, now that we've shared a few of our commercials, we wanted to make sure that we put you all to something more powerful, not more powerful, but just remind you all that Dragon Magic 103 is coming up soon on April 27th. Tickets are at $100. So you can get them at newlifetools.org. And yeah, yes.
Yes, indeed. All right.
All right.
We're
So
talking about Paco Soul knowledge.
all right. So now that we've explained that, let's shift our focus to the cosmos, right? Because I already know the stars have been talking. So yes. It's that time, righteous. It's that time. What's this
All
time
right.
for? The
Weekly astrology forecast. And we're looking at the energies from April 13th to April 19th. Okay.
Yes, it's late.
It
So
might be showing up in your life right now.
yes. Always remember though, seriously, all jokes aside, these cosmic currents are definitely here to guide us, so not to define us. So take what resonates and let what does empower your awareness and use it to align yourself more intentionally on your cosmic path. So yes,
So whether you're sun, moon, or rising, listen in for your message. It may
listen.
or may not. It may or may not apply.
Yes, we already know that,
Maybe,
right?
maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
So
Let's
yes.
see what the heavens are saying this week.
Yes, indeed. So, like we said, we are at the part of the show where we're going to wrap things up. But before we do that, we will be providing you all with the celestial movements that will be guiding you this week, for the week of April 13th to the 19th. And let me tell you all, I mean, you already know from the whole aspect of the world scale, things will be moving with purpose. Things will be changing. So, yes. What say you, righteous?
That's right. The sky is active. Okay. The planets are speaking.
They are speaking. They speaking because
Whether you feel it in your emotions, your relationships, or your sense of motivation or lack thereof, these transits are setting the tone, not just personally, but collectively.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
so let's break it down a little tiny bit.
All right. So, thankfully, tomorrow will be the 15th. So tomorrow, Mercury will be entering into Aries. So this is a major aspect after moving through the dreamy planet of Pisces, or the dreamy constellation zodiac of Pisces. Mercury in Aries is going to be like flipping the switch back on. So with that being stated, you can expect quicker thinking, sharper tongues, and bolder experience of expression. It's also a great time for launching ideas. Ideas are probably going to come really quickly to you all this week, and also speaking your truth. So, with that being stated, be mindful, as we stated, in regards to meditation and energy work. Be mindful of being too impulsive or reactive, with your interactions with people.
Most definitely.
Hmm.
I'll try to be focused on that. Then on April 18th, Mars enters Leo. And this is fire meeting fire.
Man.
Mars is about action and drive and how we assert ourselves.
Hmm.
Leo brings out that royal, creative, expressive energy.
Mm.
This transit is big for personal empowerment, but it also calls for some emotional maturity. So watch out for ego flares. It's about heart-led leadership and not flexing.
Yeah, and
A little bit of humility. Well, put it on there.
yeah, definitely humility, grounding. That's
Mhm.
what it's calling us to do. Everybody should
That's what
just
it's all about.
ground. Put your feet in the sand. Go in your backyard. Put your feet in the grass or something.
Mhm.
So yeah, grounding.
And practice mindfulness.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Not only that, right? The sun will be entering into Taurus, and Taurus is the bull, stubborn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after Aries, seasonal fire, Taurus is going to bring us back to the earth, bring us back to the body, and it's also going to give us a reminder that we appreciate the physical, build with intention, and slow it down. Slow it
Mm-hmm.
down. Take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Taurus is definitely going to be about stability, values, and also sensuality. So first and foremost, find peace in the simple and the sacred. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Then on, let's see. I think this is
The 13th,
okay. So
we
on
did we
April
did
13th,
experience.
huh?
No, I was gonna say we did experience that on the 13th.
Okay, so yeah, on April 13th, we experienced the pink full moon. Well, no, that was April 12th. We experienced uh, the pink full moon.
Hmm.
Not actually pink, but symbolically, it marks renewal, softness, and full bloom energy. This moon was our time to release whatever overstayed its welcome and give ourselves permission to start afresh emotionally and energetically, along with the timing of the season.
Mm. Yeah, that's worth noting, right?
Hmm.
Also, the if you do have a way to see the skies clearly, um, the Lyriad meteor shower that actually begins this week. It'll be reaching its peak closer to the 21st, but
Mm,
you could start catching glimpses of it. Well, it comes to tongue tied sometimes,
mm,
of the meteor shower, and that will be bringing light codes, messages from the cosmos, a lot of divine sparks of inspiration. So just with that being stated, don't be surprised if you do start receiving a lot of clarity through your dreams. So just like when you're in meditation, having those sudden moments of insight.
mhm, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With Mercury and Mars both moving into fire signs, we're stepping into a global shift in communication and momentum.
Okay.
Expect the collective energy, I should say, to feel more urgent, more expressive, and possibly more combative. Mm.
Hmm.
It's a time when movements might accelerate both in activism and innovation. And that's the good side. The innovation is really good.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Man, innovation is key. But yeah, with the sun moving into Taurus, that's going to bring like a sense of energy when it comes to having that level of counterbalance. It'll be like the universe is saying like move, but you're going to be moving with purpose. So make sure that when you are, if you do have any innovative thoughts or anything, any ideas that you are looking to build something, make sure that you're building something that's going to last. This will be a week of bold steps. So make sure those bold steps are going to be rooted in values and just having that perspective of real world sustainability. Mm,
Mm, okay.
yeah.
Well, so whether you're feeling charged up or called to slow down, both
Mm,
are valid responses to this energy. It's all about harmonizing your inner fire with your grounded foundation.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that kind of sets the stage this week when it comes to the global aspect of the cosmic sky report, right? The stars are definitely saying to have like a lot of grounded energy. And I think it'll be up to us all to make sure that we find our flow when it comes to that energy, right?
Hmm.
We're going to set the stage. The stars are laying it down, a powerful rhythm. For real.
Okay, so and now that we've turned into global frequencies, it's time to bring it home. Up next, we've got your horoscopes with all 12 zodiac signs. So stay tapped in and let's see what the cosmos have in store for you this upcoming week.
Yes.
Yes,
Tap in.
indeed.
Tap in. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Aries. So if you are Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this message is for you. This week will be bringing the fire that you have been looking for. Mercury is going to be moving into your sign on the 15th, as we previously stated, and it's going to be giving you the voice and weight of clarity. A lot of people are going to be listening, so make sure that you are speaking with purpose. When Mars enters into Leo on the 18th, that's going to also charge up your 5th house, and that's going to be fueling passion, creativity, and also the romantic aspect. Having that playfulness in your house of romance and relationships. It's going to be a really good time to make sure that you initiate something new. Just make sure that, once again, because Taurus, you're going to lay down that foundation and you're going to move on with instinct, but don't abandon structure and strategy. All right.
All right. So next, Taurus. Taurus, as we step into your season with the sun entering your sign on the 19th, the universe is shining its light on your self-worth and personal power.
Mm,
You're being called to realign with your core values, and especially around relationships and money. And
mm,
love, slow down and savor it.
mm,
Your sensual nature is heightened, but clarity around emotional needs is key.
mm.
Financially, it's a week to make intentional investments, not just of money, but energy as well. Don't be afraid to say no to anything that does not feel grounded.
Yes.
Maintain your boundaries.
Absolutely. And Olaf Tayan says, I release all things that stay too long. Ashe.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yes, indeed.
Oh, look. Yes, dopeness indeed. I once feels. Um, but yeah, when you said slow it down, I had that song. It's a song by Little Brother. It's Slow It Down, actually. That's the name of the song. Is love is not enough. Na 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 na. Just slow it down and for me. Look, I don't remember the words because it's been so long. But I used
Yeah,
to have
and
to
I don't
pump that
remember
out.
that song.
I'll play it for you again. And you like, oh, you used to play this a lot. But moving on to Gemini. Look,
I've been waiting for you to sing.
my homies, Geminis, right? Gemini. This message is for you. This is for myself, all right? Um, Mercury, our ruler, right, is going to be on the move, and that is going to shift in the Aries. So that means our mental energy is going to be getting even more of a jump start. Take a breath for that one. We are very witty, we are sharp, and we are also in demand. But we don't want to be, we want to make sure that we are mindful, humble, and don't come off too quick or too curt. So, in the aspect of love, direct communication is going to be very vital. It's going to be everything. So, mean what you say and say what you mean, right?
Say what
This
you
is
mean to
yeah.
say.
Say what you mean to say. Oh, say what you need to say.
Say what you need to say.
Yeah, see, yeah. Yeah. Look, I'm not
Say what
being
you
too
need to
quick or
say.
curt. I'm being, but
Good
no,
job. I appreciate it.
but no, seriously. For all my fellow Geminis, my fellow air signs, this is going to be a favorable time for group projects. That is wonderful, considering that what I'm going to be doing this week, or networking, and that's going to be able to open a lot of doors for you, even financially, and that's interesting. Yeah.
Hmm.
So make sure you stay curious, stay focused, and this week will be all about making sure that we stay in our lane and run with it. Just pick one lane and run with it. Yeah, pick one lane and run with it. That's best.
That's right. Stay in it. Pick it and stay there. Cancer. Cancer, this week's cosmic activity invites you to break out of your emotional shell in a big way. Mars in Leo stirs your second house of value and self-worth. You are owning your gifts. No, let me rephrase that. Are you owning your gifts? Or are you hiding them? In relationships, intimacy deepens when you allow space for authenticity and vulnerability. Financially, this is a week to either restructure how you're spending or revisit something you've been putting off, like asking for what you deserve. Stand tall in your value, and others will meet you there. Build it and they will come.
Build it and they will come. All right, Field of Dreams.
All right.
I used to actually love that movie too, by the way.
Huh. That sounds like a good one.
Yeah. How One Field says, I love that John Mayer song. Well, you know what? Shout out to Righteous, because I never heard of that song until she started singing it so much. Yeah.
That's my beat. Bill Mayer? Is it Bill? No, it's John Mayer. John Mayer. Yes. That's my beat. I love it.
Yes. Yes. But moving
I'm gonna
forward,
bless y'all with some of those songs. Some of my what is it? My lesser known hits.
Lesser known hit, the sleeper hits. That's what
Sleeper hits.
Sleeper
Yes.
hits. Sleeper.
They coming for you.
Yes. But yeah, moving back to Leo. Once again, Mars will be entering your sign on the 18th. So this is going to be bringing you as well, my fellow lions. Roar, hear me roar, because I'm a Leo rising. It's going to be bringing a major energetic upgrade. So this is going to be your green light to move forward when it comes to passion, purpose, and also your overall presence. So you're going to be felt when you walk into a room. You're going to be real magnetic, but the thing is to own it, but be humble. Be humble. Now, in the aspect of love, you are more than likely to draw attention without even trying. So, hey, take from that what you will. I feel like Leos do that anyway, but take from that what you will.
Leos are out here.
Make sure that you use that energy to spark real connections with people rather than just actually being out here, to be seen, to be performing. On the money front, a bold move could pay off. So be open to taking a risk, taking a chance. Just make sure that that risk isn't driven by ego to drive that decision. Also, this is about radiant leadership, not power plays. So once again, be humble.
Indeed. Virgo, the full moon energy from earlier this week on the 12th may still be lingering, and it's asking you to surrender what you cannot control. With Mercury energizing your 8th house, this is a week for shadow work, honest conversation, and healing through transparency. In relationships, be willing to express what you've been holding back. Financially, you may be reviewing debts or shared resources, but don't avoid it. Face it with clarity. Trust that release will create room for renewal.
Okay. All right.
Be in alignment with the season.
Yes, be in alignment.
Yes.
All right. Time for some Venus talk. Libra. This week is going to invite you to embrace the emotional aspect of introspection, right? The recent full moon was actually in your sign. This pink moon was in your sign. So this may have stirred up some deep emotional feelings, prompting you to do some reevaluations in terms of your personal and your professional commitments. In terms of your relationships, you want to make sure that you're focusing on open communication so that you continue to move forward and strengthen those bonds. Financial opportunities may also arise for you as well to invest in ventures that will align with your your personal values. Mhm.
Mm, that's awesome.
Yes, yes,
All right.
yes.
All right. Next is Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpio, it's the time to harness your creative energy.
Mm,
Mars entering Leo on April 17th energizes your career sector.
mm,
Um, and it's encouraging you to make bold moves and self promotion. In love, express your desires openly to deepen connections. Hmm. Financially, consider exploring new income streams that tap into your passions.
mm.
So
Okay.
Scorpios is straight to the point. Love, there you go.
Well, Scorpios be about their money, right?
That's what they do.
That is what they do.
Yeah.
Sagittarius, my fellow mutables. This week is going to bring you a lot of clarity in your romantic life as well. Mercury entering Aries in the house of communication, it'll flow more freely. So that will also allow you to express your feelings with confidence. Professionally speaking, you're going to make sure to focus on your experiences, making sure those experiences are engaging, and also making sure that they align with your long term goals. Financially, it's going to be a good time to make sure that you reassess your budget and make necessary adjustments in the house of your budget, in the house of finances. Excuse me. So, yes.
Mhm. All right. Capricorn, collaboration is key this week. The
Hmm.
sun's transit into Taurus on April 19th encourages you to work closely with others to achieve common goals. In relationships, honesty and creativity can strengthen bonds. Financially, consider pooling resources for mutual benefit.
Mm.
Capricorn is a lot like Scorpio.
Yeah, they about their money too.
Yes, indeed.
Like no question about
Ain't
it.
nothing.
We're in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius, communication will be your strength this week. So for all you fellow water bearers, this will be your week for strengthening your communication. With Mercury influence, you want to make sure that your ideas are well received. It's an excellent time for negotiations and also for presentations. In the house of love and relationships, be mindful to engage in meaningful conversations. Look, Aquarius love some good conversations, so that
That's
ain't
what
gonna
we
be no
do.
problem.
That's what we
That ain't
do.
gonna be no problem. Trust me.
That is what it's
Make sure that you engage in those conversations, not only just for yourself, but also to deepen your connection with others. Financially, this is going to be a good week on focusing on reorganizing or organizing your finances and planning for the future.
Mm.
Planning for tomorrow. Shout out to Rashid Adi, Chicago legend.
All right.
Look, I had to get that in there.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, Pisces, channel your energy into meaningful action. The
Mm,
sun entering Taurus encourages you to ground your dreams into reality. In relationships, emotional healing is possible through honest dialogue. Financially, focus on stability and consider seeking advice to manage your resources effectively.
yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
Pisces, they be winning.
Yes, yes, yes. They do be winning. They on a good run right now.
They on a good run, typically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to all the Pisces. The one fish, two fish.
Fish two fish. And shout out to all of you who are viewing us
Hmm.
either live or recorded. Thank you for spending time with us. We do appreciate it. Yes, indeed. We appreciate the energy.
Yes, yes, yes. And as we get ready to wrap things up, this has been this week's Cosmics Insights. Remember that the stars will always offer you guidance, but it is your actions, your decisions that will be shaping your destiny.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. And if you're seeking a deeper understanding of your personal astrological chart, we're now offering this service a 30-minute consultation.
Hmm.
We take the time to go through your natal chart, and it's for a low cost.
Mhm.
You can find this information in the consultation section of our website.
Yes, yes, yes. And for those seeking deeper insights in how these transits, excuse me, look, tongue tag because I'm sleepy, can affect you personally, consider exploring our astral cartography consultations and our astrological reports. These are really good tools that help you in terms of receiving that personalized guidance to help you navigate your unique cosmic blueprint. Yes, yes, yes.
Visit sacredastralministries.org to book your session and explore our range of astrological reports and services.
Absolutely. And until next time, everybody, stay aligned, keep vibrating high with peace and love.
Peace and love, everybody. Wishing everybody a week filled with high vibrations and blessings on top of blessings.
Peace.